Hello, welcome to this training on Openroads Designer. And today we'll be concentrating on horizontal geometry, and we'll be learning about the centerline geometry only. So let's start the software. So you can do it by different ways. Like I can start it from the taskbar, or you can double click or right click and open on the shortcut on your desktop. So it will take a few seconds to open. Uh, So initially you can get this wizard project-wise login. You can cancel it and it will go to the start session. Okay, so after opening you can see this screen, not this one actually, this one, and there will be some pages in this here. So to start a work session you can click here, start a work session, and you will come to this screen. So while on this screen, first thing you need to do is you have to select your worksite and workspace. So how to set them up, and what are those actually, workspace and worksite? So that will take a different session, so I won't be explaining those things. For this training purpose, I have created one dummy workspace and worksite called the Mundle Corp, and inside that workspace there will be one worksite. I've created this worksite for this training purpose, this training worksite. And after this, you can create to create a new file. You have to click here, the new file, and now here you can provide a name, file name. Let's name it HTML. Just you can name it anything, and if you are following BIM specifications, then you have to name it accordingly. And one important thing I want to tell you is this seed file. So seed file, if you browse it here, you can see one seed file is already selected. To see where it is coming from and what is this, you can click on this browse button, and it will go to the that location. Uh, Now here you can see there are different seed files. Now your organization may have a seed file for its own, but here these are the seed files provided by the Openroads, Bentley Openroads. So here you have three different seed files, two 2D seed files and one 3D seed files. So we'll be, and there's all of a metric design. So this 2D seed file will be selecting here, because while you are in a horizontal design, a vertical design, while you are designing the alignment, you need to select the 2D file, the 2D seed file, and let the Openroads designer create the 3D view for you. If you select this 3D seed file, what will happen? You won't get a proper 3D view, because it won't be able to create the 3D view for you, because you have already selected a 3D seed file. So let's select this 2D seed file, and okay, we have provided the name, and let's save it. So it is being saved in this DGN folder. I've created a DGN folder. It will be generally in the worksite, but you can create, you can place it in separate place. So let's save it there. Again, it will take a few seconds to open it, because you have set the workspace and worksite, and this file will work accordingly, so it will get all this data, and then the new worksheet will open. So your this DGN file opens up. So here you can see all the ribbons, and initially you have to see one thing, that you are in the open roads modeling. Here you are in the there you can be in the open roads drawing production or survey or geotechnical or subsurface utilities, but for this design you need to be in the open roads modeling. So select open roads modeling. Now you can see the tabs and ribbons. There are different tabs and ribbons underneath. So this in this file, if you want to check the design units, or select any other design units, you can go to file, this settings, this file, design file settings, and then working units. Here you can see for linear units, it have selected the master unit, which is meters, and which is having accuracy of 5 decimal points. You may not need 5 decimal points, so let's select 3 decimal points. That's okay. So your design unit is set up. So here, first thing what you can do for designing your alignment, you can attach your raster images, or your terrain model. If you have a terrain model, you can attach it, but actually you can design without any of those. So you can, if you want to attach something, you can go to tools. You can first come to this attach tools menu, tools, and then attach. So if you want to attach any raster images or any terrain model, you can do it from here. So for now you won't be referencing anything. So you are on this blank design file. So to start your horizontal geometry, you have to go to this tab, this geometry tab. Okay, and here you can see there are different ribbons like selection, general tools, horizontal, vertical, and common tools. To start your horizontal design, first thing you need to do is set your picture definition. So what is picture definition? What is feature definition? This actually tells this how this your element will behave, how your element will look like. All these things will be coming from your feature definition. Before starting a fresh alignment, I want to show you something. How to, suppose you have an existing MX model and you want to migrate to Openroads Designer. How to do that? Before setting this picture definition, I want to show you that first. To do that, to migrate to Openroads Designer from your existing MX models, you can select this one, import export. You can come here and this import geometry you can select. Just select this import export, import geometry. Let's select this, and here you can see all the file types that you can select. Here currently it is selected MX geometry files, .a files, that is the model files you have in your MX, or it can be a XML file or a input file or text file, all these things. So a file. So we have a MX model currently in this here, this location, and look, this is a model file. This is a model MX model file. Just select it. After selecting it, this import geometry wizard will come here. It will give you the all the options which you want to convert, which you want to migrate to Openroads Designer. Suppose for this design, let's see what is there in this design. This design, open this one, design Centerlines. Let's see, you want this GC10 alignment into your MX, into your Openroads Designer, sorry. So you will get two options, plan linear and alignment. Now this this alignment will be your this geometry of the alignments, MX alignment. So you need to select this alignment actually, not this plan linear. And the plan linear will not have any vertical geometry associated with it. So let's select GC10 and import. Now here one thing is this create civil rules. What are those civil rules? Actually it will take another session. Civil rules, what are civil rules? What are actually what we do in Openroads Designer is we do a parametric design with clearly defined rules and relationships, that what you call it, design intent. So there's civil rules, and in MX also there's all the elements were created with some rules. If you want to maintain those rules, you have to check it out. This one, click it, create civil rules and import. So you want those civil rules to be maintained here also. So let's take it and import. Just zoom extent and you'll see here you have your alignment in your Openroads, but it does not look great, because if you go to this this information, currently it is not having any feature definition. It has a feature name GC10, but it does not have a feature definition. To set the feature definition, you can click it here, and let's provide a feature definition of geom baseline, which we'll use for centerline geometries. So now you can see how it looks. It will be the center line is red color, how it is set up. So you can see this is 50 meter. All this geometry, you can see this is having a 720 meter radius, this curve, and two lines are there, two straights up some 140 meter, and another one 50 meter, another one is 50 meter. So and here also you can change all these things. There's this dynamic text, you can select and change it. Suppose from 720 meter you want some other 700 meter radius, you can just click 700 into 700, and now this 700 this radius has been changed to 700 meter. Okay, now if you want to see some annotation in here, you can select it or go to this model detail, sorry, drawing production, and this element annotation and annotate element, and select the element you want to be annotated. And here two things I want to tell you. This reset to complete, it says reset to complete, and sometimes you will get another prompt that data. In Openroads Designer, data means a left click, and reset means a right click. So let's right click, and now you see all this annotation has come up. If it is not much big that you can see, then you can go to this scale, and let's say 1000 scale. See, it's quite clear now. So now it is showing the bearing and the length, that is direction and length, and this radius, and all this PI informations. This all these informations are here. This curve information and this transition information, everything is here. Okay. Suppose you don't want it, just you can select it like this and delete it. So we'll start designing a fresh alignment now. So what I was telling, that for designing fresh alignment, you can go to geometry, and to so first you have to set up the feature definition. To do that, you have to go to the standard and feature definition toolbar. If you have to click it here, so the feature definition toolbar will come. I've already it here docked in here, so it will come somewhere in here, and you can dock it anywhere on your screen. So you can see the right now there is no feature definition, so you can select one feature definition. Suppose geom baseline, you can click it in this here, this set as active feature definition. What it will do now, whatever geometry you will create, it will have the same feature definition of geom baseline. So let's set it as active. So we'll first we'll put some lines and then we'll add curve in between them. So select this line between points and say you want to start your alignment somewhere from here. So let's say this is your start point, and now you can see first you have selected the start point, and now you will see two dynamic text on this line. One is this bearing or the direction, and another is this length. And you can key in this distance like this. You can key in this distance and the bearing, or you can key in the distance and bearing in here. And you can, if you click here, it will be locked. This distance will be locked. You can see now the distance is fixed. You can now change the direction of the bearing, and you can go to the next point. You can select the next point. If you see this picture, this feature definition is active picture that is set in here. This geom baseline, this is the active picture, and it is so it is selecting this active picture definition of geom bl, and it has been provided a name. It has already got a name, geombl. If you want to change it, you can change it from here. You can provide a new name as you need. We are not going to change this one right now, so but distance also don't I don't want this distance. Don't click it. Now you are free to move anywhere. So let's key in some distance like 750 meter. Now you can hit the enter key. It will lock the distance, and then right arrow key, it will go to the direction. Now you have locked your distance, so now you can free to move with the same 750-meter distance. You can now set the direction. So let's say we'll set this direction as 280 degree. So just key in 280, enter. Now see the second point is fixed because we've already specified the distance and direction. So let's click here. Your second point is fixed, so you have got your second point. So after clicking here, or data point, after a data point, it does not escape from the your command, but it goes to the start point of your command. So again, it is asking you to enter a start point. You can see the command in here also. This left bottom corner, enter start point. So now again you need to enter a start point. Suppose you want continuous lines, so in that case you can click in here this chain commands. If you select this chain commands, what will happen, I'll show you. For now, this enter the start point. Suppose enter the second direction, say this is, you're selecting is as 1000, and direction up let's say 260 degree, 100 and 260. Sorry, the distance has been 260. Let's provide a distance of 1000 and hit the right key to see the to enter your direction, line direction. Let's provide a 260 degree. The second point, you have got your second point. Let's click it here, a data point. Now you can see this. It does not go to the select start point, but it is asking you to enter your end point again. Let's arbitrarily click anywhere like 1000 meter, or let's say 750, 700 meter, and click it here. And to finish it up, you can just right click, so it will come to this point, enter start point, and press escape. So you have some lines. Now you want to add you need to add some curves in between those lines. To do that, you can go to arcs the arc between elements, and let's provide it for now. Let's provide some simple arc. You can provide spiral arc, spiral, that is a arc with a transition, that is a transition both end of the of your arc. So suppose you do not need your spiral or transition for your radius. So let's select the simple arc. So it is asking you, it has already selected the elements, so escape. Now it is asking you to look at your first element. So select this first element and go, and then select your second element. It is asking you to look at your second element. Now you have already selected both. Now you can see this, it is providing you a fixed radius of 2000. This is happening because somehow this radius here, it is ticked on, so just tick it off. So now you will get one dynamic radius, so you can change the radius from here, like see. So you can adjust your radius and provide accordingly. You can key in your radius. Suppose will be providing a 3000 radius. Select it. Now the next command which is coming is trim or extend option. Now you have already this curve here and also those lines. Now you do not need both of them, so you can trim those lines. You will need this curve only, so you need to trim both of these lines. So trim extend option will be both. If you want to change, suppose back ahead, so you can just hit your down key, down arrow key, and it will select the other option. So here in this case we need to trim both of them, so let's select both and just a data point, left click. So now you can see it has been there's a one simple arc has been added, between those lines with 3000 radius. So again another curve we need to add in here. Let's so look at your first element and then your second element. Again this radius has been ticked on, so let's tick it off and then provide a lesser radius in here, say 1500 or say 2000. Let's provide 1500 data pointer, click and trim extend both. So now you have one alignment with lines and arcs, and let's add some other type of arcs. Let's say we'll add some arc from element. So from this last line we'll add some arc, so simple arc from element. So first you need to select your element actually. So here it is already it is happening because your chain of commands, this chain commands was selected, so it has already selected your the element, the last element. Now you can see here you can go anywhere. So first thing it is asking you is the radius. Let's say you will be providing 1000 say 2000 meter radius, just 2000 meter radius, and enter to lock it. Now see your radius is fixed. Your radius is fixed. What you can provide now is the arc length. So it is just hit your right arrow key. Before that you need to data point to accept that radius you have provided 2000 meter. So now it has already selected the radius. Now it is asking for the arc length. You can provide any arc length, and now you can see that it is dynamically changing. So let's provide an arc length of 1000 meter. Click and data point, and you can trim the back because there is no head element, so you have to trim the back only. Let's click it, right click, so come out the command. Now you have one alignment with arcs and with lines and arcs in between. Now there's a separate entities or separate elements. Actually these lines and arcs, this is all the separate elements. Now you what you want is one alignment. To do that, to convert it to one alignment, you have to go to this complex geometry in the horizontal geometry ribbon, and you have to select this complex by element. So when you select this complex by element, you get this one. Now it is asking to select you the method. The method is already selected to automatic, and there is another option, manual. Manual means you have to select all these elements separately one by one, clicking on them. So here we don't want it, we want automatic. We want these elements to be automatically selected, whichever lies between this specified gap of 0.01 meter. So let's start. Suppose we are starting from east and we are going to west. Our alignment is like this. So if you come here, you select your first element. It's asking you to locate your first element. You can see one arrow key, you can see it here. So it is actually showing you the direction of your alignment. If you suppose hover over here, you can see the direction is from east to west, and if you hover over in this side, you can see the direction from west to east. So but our alignment is going, suppose, from east to west. So just when this arrow key is showing the same direction, just select the alignment, look at your first alignment. Now you can see all the elements are selected. So what you can do is accept your complex by data point or left click. So now you can see this is one element, one entity, or this is your complex geometry, what you call it as a complex geometry. So this is actually your alignment. This alignment, you can see now all these things like this radius we have provided, this and this length, this starting point, this length, and everything, you can see it here. Now suppose you want to sorry suppose you want to assign a start station to this alignment. Go to modify, come here, start station. It's asking you to locate your element, locate your complex. Now so start distance we want it at the start, so 0 0 is okay. So enter. So start station, suppose we do not want it to start at 1000, but we want it to we do not want it to start at 0, but we want suppose to start it at 2000. So let's just key in the start station, enter. Out of the command by escape, and you can see it starts your start station is 2 plus 0 0 0, and your distance is 0.000 meter. So if you want to annotate this one, you can go to drawing production, annotate element, annotation, annotate element, select your complex and reset, and change the scale if you want. Custom scale, say, let's say 2000. Now you can see all this data. It looks quite fine. You can see all this data. This straight and this arc is starting simple arc. There is no transition. If you have transition, it will appear in some different colors. So now you do not have them. So now you can see it is looking quite fine with all these changes and these lines at the right place. So next thing we'll be concentrating on how to change it, how to suppose change this alignment, how to append some new element to it. Suppose that this is not the end of your alignment, you want some additional element to be added to this your existing complex, how to do that, how to change this, and what is actually the design intent of the rules and relationships, and how to set the design standard. um, Before going there, I want to show some other tools that is very important and very powerful and very useful. That is accudraw, civil accudraw. uh, Suppose now here you want one side road alignment at this location. So same way you have to start this you have to start the, designing the alignment from this geometry tab. Go to lines, but now this time we need the civil accudraw. To do that, you go to the civil tools and click here civil accudraw. It will appear in here. Now it is not actually active. To activate it, just click here, just to toggle civil accudraw, and you can see uh, this additional tools will open up. Different things are there, like the station option, this distance, direction, all these things are there. And what you can do from here is actually you can, as the name suggests, the accudraw, you can accurately snap or draw something with this information, like station offset or xy information, all these things. So let's select this lines. Now suppose there's already this station offset is selected. Now we want our alignment. Okay, so the station offset, so you need one referencing alignment, right? So station, whose station, that is important. So to do that, hold your alt and O in your keyboard. Okay, and now you can select a reference element to select the start your station and offset with reference to that element. So let's select this one. So now it has been selected. Now you can see in your cursor head that if you move here and there, you can see it is the station and offset is appearing. So suppose you want your side road at this, exactly at this location, this station 4 plus 300. So you have to just key in 4 plus 300, and you can just click tab or enter, and come to the offset. And let's say we'll start at 0 offset. For now, this training purpose, we'll just start at 0 offset. So key in 0, enter. So this first point is selected. So just let's select, come to this point, and suppose from this point onwards you do not want this one civil accudraw, then you can just again, so you should off this. Otherwise what will happen, you won't be able to place your lines and arcs properly, because this is very intelligent and this is very powerful actually. So when you are not using it, you should close this actually. So I was showing this side road alignment just to show you about civil accudraw only. So now your side road, you can again complex this one to make it another complex element, another alignment for your side road. Okay, so before going to editing or modifying your design, suppose we another thing I want to show you first. Let's off this annotation. To do that, going to drawing production, model annotation, remove element annotations, and select the element. So this is another thing I want to show you, this context sensitive menu. When you select this one, And however, for a few seconds, you will see this context-sensitive menu properties, this vertical geometry or open row pile model, this create corridor, and all those things. Here, after designing, if you want to see all this information you have provided about your see the horizontal geometry report, you can go here. This horizontal geometry report, click it here, and this horizontal geometry report will appear. You can from here you can see all this data you have provided, like the linear and circular data you have provided. They are northing and easting xy station, and all this information will appear here. If you can change the format if you want from these two format options. You can go there and change all these formats, mode, duration, and everything. And if you want to save it, you can save it from going to file and save as. Suppose if you want to save it as a excel, so this as a .xls format, you can provide a name and save it to your location. For now I won't be doing that. Okay, so next thing is modifying your existing design, appending some new elements, and understanding the design intent. Okay, so let's take a break and we'll start the second session shortly.